Hello, this is Justin Seven with SportsbookReview.com, and today I'm going to teach you the basics of betting and winning at teasers. Now first, what exactly is a teaser? A teaser is a type of bet where you have to pick two different selections and you get a certain amount of extra points added to whatever sides you pick. For example, if you were taking the Patriots +2 with a 6-point tease, your bet would be on whether or not the Patriots cover at +8, and that would be one leg. So you'll pick, a certain number of legs based on the kind of teaser you're making. Now in the NFL, the most common kind of teaser you'll see is what's called a two-team 6-point teaser. The standard terms, what I'll call retail terms for this, is you pick two teams, you get to move the spread 6 points in the direction you want, and you have to win both of these separate legs to win your bet. Normally, this bet is you lay a 110. That is, you risk $110 to win 100. So how do you analyze this? Well, the first thing you need to recognize is that this is actually a parlay in disguise. There are two different bets and you have to win both of them. So anytime you're looking at a parlay, which a teaser is, the first question you ask is, what is my break-even percent? That is, how often do I have to win each leg for just a regular bet to break even? And I'm going to show you how to do that. Now remember, this is for what's called a retail teaser, where you're betting 110 to win 100. Sometimes you can find better odds than that. Terms are two teams, 6 points, laying 110. The break even, you need to win each leg, assuming you're going to win each leg P% of the time, then P squared, you're going to win your bet, betting to win $1. 1 minus P squared is the time you lose your bet. You're losing 110 for every 100 you wanted to win, and you set this equal to 0. When you solve this, you'll end up getting 72.4%. So for a 6-point teaser, your break-even 72.4 on retail. What I have here is a general solution for a parlay with X legs. So if you want to solve for a 5-team parlay, X would be 5. K is your payout. Let's say that you're getting on a 5-team parlay, you're getting 20 to 1. Then K would be 20. And now what I've gone through is I've gone through and showed you how to solve for the break-even point. Now, if you're in an X leg parlay, you have to win all X legs. P to the X is that defines how often you're going to win. So, for example, on a 2-team parlay, it would be P squared. On a 4-team, it would be P to the 4th. 1 minus P to the X is how often you're going to lose that leg. K being the payout. So what happens is you win some of the time. When you lose a much lesser amount. So the real question you have to ask yourself, is it worth teasing this bet? Is when do these extra 6 points raise my win rate more than I'm giving up? Now if I have to gain an extra 20% just to break even, then these 6 extra points need to turn your losing bet into a winner at least 20% of the time. Now in the past I've done some videos showing you analyzing half points. This is a little bit trickier problem, but the way to solve it is you look at a database. And say you want to look at NFL. You're going to say, when are these 6 points worth getting juiced more, raising my break-even point? You look at the last 20 years and you say, well, which games did those 6 points hit at least 20% of the time? In the NFL, if you teased every single game on the board 6 points, you would change about 15-16% of those games from losers into winners. So instead of winning half the time, losing half the time, you'd win about 65% of the time and you'd still lose money. But there are a few times when it actually makes sense to tease. There are two brackets of groups that they call wise guy teasers or Wong teasers, in which when you tease these subsets, your sweet spot, the spot where the tease changes the outcome, is about 24-25% in the NFL. The two common ones that most people know about, there's favorites, -7.5 to -8.5, and underdogs of +1.5 to +2.5. Now why is that? Both of these groups, when you're teasing it, you're crossing the 3 and you're crossing the 7. If you tease a favorite from 7.5 down to 1.5, any game that landed on the 3, where you would have won by exactly 3, there's now a winner instead of a loser. And that 3 result is going to happen 10% of the time. The 7 result is going to happen another 5 or 6% of the time. So already you're almost to 20%. And when you throw in the other extra numbers that are laying around, you get that sweet spot up to about 24%. So the effect of this is anytime you have a team you like, a dog of +1.5 to +2.5, or a favorite of -7.5 to -8.5, if you're going to play it, it's worth teasing. Now the wrong way to use a teaser is say, well, I like this team, I think I want it as insurance. You never buy insurance unless what you're getting for the insurance is worth it. And for most of these teams, you're getting 15%, but you're paying 20%, so it's a bad deal. But in these two circumstances, it's good. In fact, in these two circumstances, it's so good, you can almost blindly play these with teasers and expect to make a profit long term. Now, I've just given you an introduction focusing only on 2-team 6-point teasers, but you can use the same kind of analysis on any type of exotic bet, such as 10-point teasers, even pleasers, not just NFL, but college and basketball. Now, while NFL are the strongest, there are lots of other opportunities where you can make a killing if you do the work. So that's all for today. If you have any questions about this or other topics, feel free to send me an email, justin@sportsbookreview.com.